Like, this is such a mind fuck. I can look at myself in the front like this and be like, oh, and then bam. I swear the mirror makes me look bigger. I'm 41 and pregnant, you guys, for the first time, and it's so weird to see myself in the reflection in the mirror because from the front, I almost look normal. And then I go to the side and it's like, hey, baby bump. I mean, I was a size 6 before getting pregnant. Now I'm a size 12 to 14. Yeah, this pregnancy era has been all about acceptance. Pregnancy is beautiful, and I'm 41 and I feel so blessed to be pregnant at my age and having it be so healthy and natural. The fact that I got pregnant naturally, but nobody talks about the second trimester and the body dysmorphia that comes with it. Again, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm growing a human inside of me, this beautiful baby girl that honestly has been the best workout partner, the best roommate, like all of the above. But man, the acceptance that I have had to develop in this second trimester, watching my body grow, I mean, girl, it's like, it's still a challenge. I want you to comment and let me know if you thought second trimester was also going to be cute baby bumps and super easy, because that's what I was told. People were like, oh, second trimester is so easy. Everybody talked about first trimester being so horrible, so painful, and I had the best first trimester. My body didn't even change, so it was like, oh, cool, like my body still looks amazing. But second trimester, I mean, I literally wish somebody would have warned me like, hey, you might get body dysmorphia. Just be prepared, because I really didn't know how hard it was going to hit until I looked in the mirror. And then the comments that I got from my family, I mean, girl, it was like, my mom was like,
how much weight have you gained? Oh, you've already gained 15 pounds. You really should only gain 5 or 10 more pounds.
And I'm just like, okay. Like, I have been watching what I eat. My body looks fit, but my mom's over here tripping about the scale. And everybody talks about the cravings I'm supposed to get in the second trimester. I haven't had any cravings, but man, some of my favorite foods like salmon and broccoli from Whole Foods, I cannot stand the taste and the smell anymore. Like, nobody warned me that things were actually going to become disgusting in the second trimester, which I'm grateful that it hasn't been cravings, but that's never talked about. And if you're in the second trimester and wondering, why is this still hard? Maybe you had a really hard first trimester. You're not alone, girl. And for me, honestly, it hasn't been as hard physically per se, but it's been more hard mentally. And here's the truth, ladies. Some days I don't even recognize my body. And it's not just the changes. It's the voice in my head saying like, damn girl, you got big. Like, my titties have gotten so big. My nips have gotten so dark and my nipples have grown more than I ever thought they could actually grow. And if you ever looked in the mirror during pregnancy and felt disconnected, even ashamed, like, this video is for you, girl, because you're not alone. Because the second trimester is not just pregnancy glow, which, yes, I've had some really glowy days. People are like, Gia, you're glowing. Especially when I put on makeup and put on like a nice pink dress. Pink always makes me glow, I feel. But it's also messy, it's emotional, y nadie te prepara para esto. To get an idea of where we left off, I do have a recap of my first trimester you can always go check out on my channel before we continue into the second trimester recap. Ahora vamos a hablar de todo del second trimester recap. So I want to talk about body dysmorphia, you guys, because I think that's been probably the hardest part in this pregnancy. And I mean, I knew that my body was going to change. Like, obviously it was going to grow a human inside, but the hard thing is that it really didn't grow and change even in the first trimester. So I was kind of like, what the heck? Like, maybe it won't grow that big. Oh, but it did. It's like one day I'm thinking like, wow, it's so amazing that I'm growing this human inside of me and I'm such a goddess and soy tan poderosa. And then other days I'm like, oh my God, my freaking belly is getting so big. It's getting harder to balance during my workouts. And then I've had those moments where I'm full on crying like, my jeans don't fit anymore. I'm no longer a size 6. And nobody told me about fire crotch. Okay, literally my freaking crotch sometimes will burn for no reason. I eventually did read it in a book, but it just burns for no reason. And my hip flexors, because my pelvic bone, my pelvic area is growing, my hip flexors are on fire some days. Like, it has been hard to walk because of how painful they are. I have learned now from my acupuncturist that I have to stretch them more because I work out. It also like tightens those part of my muscles a little bit more in like my squats and lunges. So every time I would do lunges and squats, the pain was so bad. And I'm not talking about the muscle. I'm talking about just how tight my pelvic area got. Oh yeah, and nobody told me I was going to start peeing on myself. Oh, you guys, this is so vulnerable. But I have now in my second trimester, I started to sneeze and a little bit of pee would come out. I was like, what is this? I've been doing my Kegel exercises, and I mean, I didn't think that would happen till after you had the baby, but apparently my coochie is also stretching out because I be sneezing and sometimes that pee-pee, yeah, it comes out. And here's the thing, my pre-pregnancy body wasn't just my body. It was my resume, girl. It was my product, okay? As a retired personal trainer, my physique was the result of 20 years of discipline and 15 years prior to that of discipline with soccer. And like, honestly, it was like looking at my body change after spending countless hours in the gym and working out and like my body only getting bigger. Like, it's a whole mind fuck. And I mean, my fitness mantra has always been shallow desire creates shallow effort. And I admit, I love the way I look. Obviously, that's some inspo too. Antes muerta que sencilla, right? So now really putting it into practice that I'm really working out for my baby, for me. I'm not working out to get skinny anymore. I'm not working out to get more tone, to get my abs. It's really now practicing everything that I have been telling my clients, which is shallow desire creates shallow effort. Like, I don't work out to be skinny. I'm not working out for that. Like, I am literally and figuratively working out for the health of my pregnant body, for the health of my baby, for my mental health, because honestly, exercise, on days that I exercise, I feel like I'm in bliss. I'm in a better mood. I'm more affectionate to my husband. I mean, there's so many positives when I work out. So letting go of that version of myself of just being lean is probably the hardest thing about it. It's been kind of a grieving process. And some days I catch myself scrolling through old progress pics, which I should not do that because I'm like, damn, was I that skinny and I thought I was chubby there? Like, it's so crazy, but I do go through those pictures, even just videos that come up, you know, like your gallery sends you old videos from like last year. Even from a year ago, I was like, damn, my waist looks that small. So when I do that, I do catch myself and I'm just like, okay, Gia, stop. Like, that's enough, girl. And my therapist really had to drill it in me that pregnancy body dysmorphia is real. And it's not that I'm, vain. It's just, it's a real human thing. And for us Latinas, I mean, the pressure is next level toxic. Between my tías and my mom being like,
Cuídate para que tu esposo no esté mirando por allá. Like,
watch yourself because your husband, like, you don't want him looking the other way. Like, why are you even putting that in my mind? And like the comments and like all the, the obsession with my body bouncing back right after. I mean, yes, of course, I am weight training and I'm doing everything I need to so my body does bounce back after, but I have to give my body grace. I have to trust it's going to bounce back when it needs to bounce back. And I just have to do the best that I can. And don't get me wrong, I still have moments where I do panic about what my body will look like postpartum. I mean, on my vision board though, I do have my body like bouncing back fast. I do have my vision board with my body being fit through my pregnancy. And I mean, I do know a lot of fit pregnant women that their body does bounce back because they're building muscle through the whole pregnancy. Muscle does burn fat. Muscle does increase your metabolism. So your body should bounce back. According to science, it should bounce back fast. But I have to give my body grace too, because I don't know how my body's going to react to the hormones, especially after giving birth. But here's the thing. I am learning that my body will definitely not look like it did pre-pregnancy. But I am going to make sure that it looks even better, because that is also possible. I have trained women that literally created a better body after because they were more self-conscious, because they were more motivated, because they were on a mission to get their body to bounce back. They actually had a better body after pregnancy. So I also know that that's possible, but it's all about patience and showing up to the gym pre-pregnancy and after, which is going to make a big difference. And yes, it might come with some loose skin, maybe some whiter hips, maybe even some stretch marks, but those aren't flaws. They're proof of the miracle of life, you guys. And to be honest, there are things you could fix in surgery. O sea, la quien puede, puede. And if I have to go see a doctor after to tighten skin or maybe do some kind of laser surgery or anything, whatever I need. I am going to get my boobs reduced after the pregnancy. I have already like saved up for that. Yes, it's called financial planning for a boob job. Because my boobs are getting so big, and I had already planned to redo my silicone because they're like 15-year-old boobies. So it was time. But yeah, anything else that I need to get fixed, like I'm not afraid to do it. You know what I mean? Like I will be open and transparent if I do it though, and I will tell you guys all about it. So make sure to subscribe. But for now, when the body dysmorphia does hit, I'm basically focusing on my self-talk. And I'm talking to myself like I would talk to a best friend. Like, hey, you're growing life inside of you. Like it's all gonna be good. Trust your body. And you're not losing your body, babe. You are reinventing it. That is what I'm focusing right now. But I'm gonna be honest, I do miss my abs, you guys. I do miss my abs. Extraño mi cinturita. O sea, you know what I mean? Real talk. I'm always gonna keep it real with you guys. And I mean, I didn't get those abs by, you know, sitting there on my butt. It was a strict diet, and every family gathering, it's like walking away from all the comida chatarra that I want to eat, but I know is not good for me. And then recently, though, now that I am pregnant, God, the freaking interrogation from my family.
Like, mija, no estás comiendo suficiente. Like,
now I'm not eating enough. Like, it's like because I choose the strawberries over the flan that my mom makes, she gets kind of like, really? I mean, they've had to accept it. I had one of my family friends come over too, and she's like, oh, you know, she was so concerned because I wanted to eat strawberries instead of flan. And she was just like,
you know, you really need to feed the baby. You know, you need to eat more.
And I'm like, what? I am feeding the baby. I'm feeding the baby strawberries, not flan. Like the nutrients that I get from strawberries is way more better for the baby than a bunch of sugar and cream. And I mean, I get it. Our culture is all about food, especially comfort food. And I mean, the plates that my tias and my parents eat, like enchiladas, tamales out of the pot. Y un poquito más, of course, of arroz, even when I'm already full. It's like, here, eat some more rice and beans still, honey. I mean, I made a whole video debunking the eating for two myths because, let's be real, that baby isn't really a whole second person. And if you look at dietary recommendations, okay, first of all, the Mexican ones don't come from actual nutritionists, but the ones that do come from nutritionists basically tell you you really only need like 300 extra calories in the second and third trimester if you are not already overweight. And according to the scale, I'm overweight, so I really didn't need to eat more. So I've been eating the same. And like, I know it comes from love for my family, like I know it, but my abuelita times are different times than now. So yes, I've been disciplined. And yes, passing up my mom's pan dulce and my mom's favorite flan isn't easy, but I'm prioritizing nutrition over instant gratification. Now, does that mean that I never indulge? No. So I gave myself a little rule that I would have a full-on cheat meal at the end of every trimester. At the end of my first trimester, I had In-N-Out burger with a milkshake, and it was the bomb. I had it animal style. And then after my second trimester, since I just finished my second trimester, I allowed myself to have a fat burger with the sweet potato fries and the milkshake with whipped cream. And girl, my taste buds were like in an orgasm. They're like, whoa, they were so stimulated because I had been so good with my diet, and it was worth it. It was like I gave myself that reward for eating healthy the second trimester. And boy, let me just tell you though, my body after that meal, so my taste buds were in heaven when I was eating, but after, I couldn't eat the rest of the day. I literally only ate my breakfast and then that meal because I kept burping up onion rings because I did have some of my husband's onion rings, and it was so freaking upsetting to my stomach. My body is like, my whole body was like in shock. It's just crazy. That's how you know that stuff isn't good for you, because my body was like, what did you do? All right, so with that said, okay, let's talk about something even more real, which is why I have been so obsessed with eating healthy in my pregnancy, okay? And the thing is, gestational diabetes and my fibroids, you guys. Oh, nobody talks about fibroids. I don't know why. Apparently they're more normal than I think. And gestational diabetes, I guess you're more likely to get it if you're Latina, and because I'm 41. So I finally went to take the test for gestational diabetes, and girl, first, that sugar drink, it's so bad. Like, I literally thought I was gonna gag. And you take it the first time, you only do half this cup, and I was right on the cusp. So I had to go back in for the 3-hour test. Yeah, you have to go in and sit there basically. So they make you drink that nasty drink again. And they basically make you test every hour where your blood sugar is. And let me just tell you, I'm happy to announce I was negative. All levels went down. And it's crazy because when I asked the nurse, I was like, how is it that I have it? I work out so much. Like, how can I possibly have it? You know, because I thought at first I did. And oh my gosh, when I thought I did, I was like thinking about, oh my God, am I going to have to, give myself the blood test every day? I thought about crazy diet. I mean, it was just like, I went into the future and I started stressing out for nothing because I found out I don't even have it. But when I asked my doctor, I was like, how is it that I can possibly have it? She's like,
even the most fit women get it sometimes. And
it could be because genetically, or it could just be like your hormones go so out of whack. Being pregnant literally changes your whole physiology. And so the hormones can throw the blood sugar out of whack, and hormones are developed by sugar, right? Hormones are affected with each other. And so is eating high sugary food, which I don't do that often. So I thought, how can I have it? But she said, sometimes your hormones just do crazy shit when you're pregnant. I forgot to do my blush. Liquid blush first before powder blush. Now, fibroids. I don't know if you guys remember, but in my last video, if you watched it, I also got diagnosed with some fibroids. How fun is that? No, it's not. And the crazy thing is that my doctor was like, you have to watch them because if they grow, like it could be so bad. It could, take the nutrients from the baby. It could prevent you from having a natural birth. You can end up having a C-section because the baby might not turn, or there might be a fibroid at the bottom and you might not be able to push the baby out. Like my doctor gave me all this scary shit and then was like, or it could all be good. Then when I told my sister that I had fibroids, she was like,
oh, it's cool. Everybody has it. Like, you'll be fine.
And then I started doing more research online, watching TikTok videos and stuff like that. And apparently a lot of women have it, and a lot of women end up having a natural birth. So I get doctors do that for liabilities, but damn, they really know how to mess the message up when they're delivering it, because they were like, it could be awful. Oh my God. Or it could totally be fine. Like, thank you. The good news for me is that they haven't affected me at all yet, which is really, really nice. And again, it's because I have started to eat different. I've started to make sure that my diet's better because I had to cut out cheese. If you guys saw my last video, I've had to cut out some of my cultural foods that I have been eating my whole life. But I have found some really good replacements, so make sure to watch that video if you have not yet. And honestly, this is just something that I have started to surrender to God, because I really don't have control over this pregnancy. And that's been honestly the hardest for somebody that's a total control freak. I mean, it comes with the territory of having my own business. It's just learning to let go of the control. And this pregnancy has taught me that. It has taught me so much about surrendering, about acceptance, about letting go of control, letting go and letting God. Like that's, you guys have heard that quote, I'm sure. And it really, really is that. I've just been praying and trusting that no matter what, I just want this baby to be delivered healthy, whole, alive, and thriving. That's all that matters. And if I have to get a C-section because of these fibroids, then I have to trust that my body will be able to handle that. I have to trust that God will prepare me for that. And that's hard, but I will be able to handle it. That is the one phrase that I tell myself all the time when I get scared or when I get overwhelmed and I'm like, oh my God, what can happen in the future? It's like, whatever is going to happen in the future, you'll be able to handle it, girl. So the biggest lesson, you guys, pregnancy isn't a one size fits all. Some of us are just out here juggling extra hurdles, and that's okay. Whether it's a glucose scare or fibroids making you waddle at 20 weeks, you're not falling, girl. You're just adapting. Y eso es fuerza, de verdad. Now let's talk about the fatigue that I've had a little bit more in my second trimester. Everybody said, oh, you're going to get the fatigue only in the first trimester. Second trimester is easy. It's been easy somewhat, but oh my gosh, girl, my fatigue nowadays, I actually need naps in the middle of the day when I didn't need them ever prior to getting pregnant or in my first trimester. So my workouts have had to shift a little bit. Instead of working out in the evening time, I've now started working out in the morning because by 3 or 4, I need a nap. And after that, I just kind of do a couple more of my TikTok videos and then I just want to chill. So I've learned to adjust. I've learned to be flexible when I work out. And I know I'm not going to set my workout schedule for a nighttime because I know I'm not going to do it. And I said when I became pregnant, no matter what, I would show up. I mean, I literally used to crush 60-minute workouts. Even the whole first trimester, I was crushing my 60-minute workouts, my weight training, my spinning for 40 minutes, 45 minutes, like nothing. But now, girl, on days that I feel tired, I'm like, you know what? 30 minutes of spin is enough. When I'm feeling tired, I'm like, you know what? 45 minutes of weight training is enough. Because at the end of the day, it really is. I'm showing up. I'm still giving my body the, after 20, 30 minutes, your body still changes. It has that biochemical shift in you. My mood is shifted. So what my life coach has taught me is doing the best and being okay with what that best is for the day. And some days that's 30 minutes of spin, and that's okay because I showed up and I said 5 days a week, no matter what, no matter if I was tired, if it's just 30 minutes of doing a couple squats and getting on the bike or maybe just getting on the treadmill and walking, I did it. I feel accomplished. I check off my workout and it helps me to continue to trust myself because when I say I'm going to do something and I do it, it allows me to trust myself. And that is what has helped me succeed in my business because that helps me leap into these uncomfortable situations like buying this new business that I spoke about in my last video. It's like, I'm buying it, I'm uncomfortable, it's scary, but I'm like, you know what? I said I'm going to grow this business, so I'm going to do it because I trust myself. And it starts with just following through with your workouts. I know that sounds easier said than done, but that's how easy it could be to learn to trust yourself. It's like nowadays, I literally just let my body give me the direction and, we meet, we negotiate, we meet halfway, let's just say that. And now the last thing that I will say I was not prepared for, you guys, was the freaking pregnancy brain, which is what my husband says all the time. Between the pregnancy brain, body image struggles, health scares, and family drama, some days I feel like I'm barely keeping it together. Let's be real. Balance is kind of out the door because some days I'm meditating, I'm working out, I'm doing all my work, I'm answering emails, I'm just being the chingona that I am. And then other days, I barely get a couple videos done for TikTok and I nap and I rest and I work from my couch some days. And that's okay. And I think the biggest lesson also for me in this second trimester is learning to say no. I mean, I always practice saying no, even prior to getting pregnant, because I mean, sometimes you just can't go out with your girls and chill. Like sometimes you got to get work shit done, you know what I mean? But more now, I have learned to say no to friends, no to meetings, no to events. God, like the amount of TikTok events that I get invited to, you guys. Even recently this week, I got invited to a YouTube event for YouTube Shop, because you guys know that they're trying to grow that here. I got invited to go to New York and I said no, and that was so hard because I love New York, but I'm just tired. I've started to limit one trip a month, one flight a month, because it's just a lot now. Another thing that has really helped me, you guys, has been my acupuncture girl. Honestly, I've always believed in Eastern medicine, and like this, I didn't know how much it was going to help me too. I started seeing her when I found that I had the fibroids, because acupuncture helps you to balance your hormones, and it also helps to prepare your body in the second and third trimester. I mean, you literally could do acupuncture to turn the baby if your baby's breached. It helps you to go into labor naturally. But I will say how shocked I was at how amazing my acupuncturist has been, how she's been such a savior. And she has been helping me balance my stress levels, because some days I am so stressed, you guys, buying this business and doing all the things that I do. Like, I have gone in there and it's like literally just my 1 hour to just chill the fuck out. And it's hard some days, because like you want to move around, but like, oh my gosh, on days where I'm feeling stressed and I'm forced to just have to sit there and breathe, because you can't move. You have all these needles inside of you, which is really scary as it is. But yeah, it has been such a savior, and just such like my little sacred time to go learn to be still every week. Like, it has been amazing. And I know it's going to help a lot once I start getting closer to labor. Once I start getting closer to delivering, she's going to help me be able to induce naturally. I don't want to do any, like, for me, my birth plan is natural, no painkillers. Oxytocin is my natural painkiller, and a vaginal birth. That is the ideal plan. Of course, again, I've had to surrender it to God, but that is what ideally I would want to happen. Okay, mamas, now I want to hear from you guys. What were the unexpected things that you guys had in your second trimester? Did you guys also start hating some of your favorite foods, or start having family start giving you unsolicited advice? I want to know down below in the comments. The biggest lesson for me, you guys, has been to just surrender and grieving and learning to let go of the maiden Gia, to start embracing the mother that I'm about to birth. I'm not just birthing a child. I am birthing the mother that I'm going to become. And I think the biggest lesson from this journey has also taught me patience. Patience is a virtue. I get it now. Again, I'm going to be reading your comments. I want to know what was the biggest lesson that you had in your second trimester, or just your pregnancy in general. If you're not subscribed yet too, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and like this video if it helped you guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys in the next video.